Is it okay? It seems like you're breaking up. Do you still have that?
I think he got a slight cold there,
Still
Bobby.
have the flu?
Hold up.
Oh, right. Let me. Oh, you know what? Since
Bobby,
I'm feeling.
don't worry about it.
really,
I got
really
the
well.
chicken soup here.
I'll go ahead and flux her, and I'm gonna.
Whoa! I want some chicken
Alright,
soup. What is this?
sir.
Where's my chicken soup, huh? Discrimination.
Unfortunately, sir,
Discrimination.
Your
You
bounty
don't seem
price
to have
now
a
is
cold.
1.2.
You see, you got all that fur. I don't think you get a cold that easy.
Mine's
Like it actually
1.253 million,
have a
actually.
t-shirt.
Correction.
And it's
No, it's
pretty cold.
1.252 500 million. To be exact, all right. We'll round it up to 1.3 to make you happy.
Yeah,
Round it up.
that's fine.
Or we should run it down 1 to a quarter million. Anyways.
1253 sounds better, alright, so.
Manslaughter.
Get some
You have
soup.
18 counts of grand theft, 3 counts of robbery, 18 counts of attempted auto theft, 1 count of aiding escape from custody. Very nice. 1 count of attempted manslaughter, 1 count of possession of illegal
What do you mean
firearm.
very nice? He's a criminal.
That's an impressive resume, I gotta say. That's pretty impressive that he just got caught now.
I mean, I've got a bonus if you're right.
I mean,
A few weeks ago, I got caught. I was wanted for exactly $7,852,000. Alright, I got put in jail, and I was in there for so long that, you know, I've learned from my mistakes. And I honestly think that I'm a changed man, alright? I can explain all of my charges against me one by one if we go through them together, alright?
Yeah.
oh, we got all day, sir.
Then.
Everything that I do is for the good, alright? I
Bobby,
promise you
How
that.
you feeling?
Everything I do
How
is
you
for the good.
I had a cold a minute ago, but I took some Dayquil and I'm good now.
And it's my secret
you know what?
recipe in chicken soup.
Your breath doesn't smell any good. Go in the back pocket. He's given us permission to get some of that Listerine back there to freshen it up.
Yeah, it's mouthwash in there.
Whoa,
It's
whoa,
it's
whoa.
noodle
Have we
mouthwash.
tested this Listerine? Have we tested the Listerine?
You can give some to me. It's fine. I've been using it each day.
Are you sure it doesn't have like cyanide in it?
No,
Give it a little
I'm
sniff.
still here. I'm not dying yet. Tastes pretty good.
Well, not yet. I mean, yeah, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, a nice aftertaste.
Alright, here we go. You said in this back pocket back there?
Yeah, back left. Yep, that's the one. Yep.
Back
Oh,
left.
watch out for the watch out for the. Oh, mind your hand. Mind your. Oh, Jesus Christ, you're close there. Oh God. Oh God.
This is not any...
Whoa, guys. This doesn't need to get too far
Okay,
ahead,
alright,
man. I
I'm
don't
gonna
need
drink
to.
it. I'm gonna
Alright,
drink
fuck
it.
We don't need
right.
the whole.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Not
put
We don't
some
need
something
to
like
get
drugs
the
or
fizz out
something,
like
is
that.
it?
Can I ask why your cadet here's getting what?
What kind of... What,
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, right? Last time I was in jail, it wasn't a good experience. So I put some certain substances up my my back exit, if you like, alright, and it's poisonous. He put his hand
Rat poison.
he put his
This is
hand
rat
up the
poison.
back exit, and so he got poisoned from that, alright? It wasn't a drink, but to protect myself in jail, I put some substances in my back exit, as I would like to call it.
Don't worry, I'm saving this man. Give me some space. Give me some space. I got this.
Wow,
Dead.
that's crazy.
I can assure you,
Too
right?
Much.
That was not the drink. That was because he tried to anally penetrate me. That's his own fault for being sexual while on the force, alright?
He just took...
You guys should all know that sexual actions are not acceptable on the force, alright? I'd like to file a complaint about that after this, alright?
Well, you know, I'll give you our governor's number, and you can take it up with him.
Can you give me his badge
what are you
ID?
doing here? Leave, please.
Who is it who's there?
Okay.
Get the fuck out of it, dude.
I don't know. We're trying to conduct business. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. 1 second.
Whoever it is, I don't want saving. Fuck off. I want to tell a story. Story time. Let's go.
So, okay, you're not leaving. APD, stop.
Down him.
Alright.
Down him.
We'll start from the bottom and we'll work ourselves up.
Started from the
Here
bottom.
we
Now
go.
we're here.
1 count possession, 1 count for attempted manslaughter. Want to tell me about those incidents?
Yeah, as I said, right, it was a rook, not a Mark 18. It was just, I had a barrel extension put in place because it's a hunting rook, so it can shoot longer range, hence the longer barrel at the end, alright?
Leaving you then, sound shot you.
And so,
Well, you know
obviously,
what?
as I said,
You see these little
I've been hunting rabbits
on
recently.
your left side?
Yeah,
Well, you see those 4 little slots right there? Those are filled up with 7.62. I can see them right there.
I have 9mm ammo, not
I don't think
7.6.
Rooks takes 7.62 ammunition.
No, that's 9mm. That's 9mm 30 round mags.
Oh, that's a big bullet, sir. Oof, that's a big one.
Actually, hang on,
Oh, that's a
hang on.
7.62 then.
Correction, there's no mags in there. You seized all my magazines. Are you lying to me? You lying to me? You seized all my magazines and my firearm. So how can you
I said
see
your
any magazines in
magazines,
there?
yes. Okay, hold on. You know what? For you,
You-
I'm gonna
you
go.
seized-
I'm gonna go to.
You seized all magazines,
I'm gonna go
alright?
to the evidence locker, and I'm gonna be right back. I'll be right back. Hold it.
Sound resumed.
I won't be doing cartels, by the way.
Skyline.
Sound resumed.
You see this? See this? This
Buddy left your
is a
channel.
9mm right here.
See?
This you got here, I'm holding in my hand, is a bag of 7.62 that I took off you. I got from Medivit.
No. Yeah, that was not mine. I had 11 9mm 60 round magazines on me, and that was all that I had on me at the time.
Yeah, pay it in.
The other ones that we have here are going to be processed, and then we're going to have our detectives fingerprint them.
Alright.
As you being already in the system, if you choose to go by trial eventually or whatnot, then we'll have, or we're here all day, you know, maybe the detective will come in and say, hey, we found your fingerprints all over those. Well, we'll see. But anyways, you got one count of aiding escape from custody. So who'd you help escape today?
See, now it's kind of an awkward one, right? You know, I was telling you about this mouthwash that I got from Wong and his food court company. Basically, he got reported for corruption, and obviously he has, you know, dog meat, turtle meat, etc. and those are all illegal, you know. You guys want to have a seat and listen to this, because this could be a little while, you know.
Oh, I'm ready.
Alright. And
Go ahead.
he got caught with some turtle meat, and then he was about to go to jail. So I walked in, distracted the cop by throwing a rock over his head.
I'm happy
He looked
to
the other way. Alright.
announce something from you.
Yeah, that's fine.
After
Yeah.
struggle on the hospital, he's
How
back.
dare you give me poisonous Listerine, sir?
Oh!
Hey, Bobby.
Back.
Bobby, you reached into my
Ed.
anal cavity, and inside there was rat poison, alright? I did that to save myself, because last time I was in jail was bad
I reached
experience.
into the back pocket and got the blue
No.
bag
You put your hand right out there. You shoved it right out
No,
there.
no,
That was your
no,
own
no,
fault.
no,
That was
no.
your own fault.
I would never do. I'm not that type.
Hey, I've been lied to once already, right? Big J over here, right? He
I know your
claims,
butthole is that.
Big
it's
J
pretty
claims
loose.
that he saw 7.62 mags in my pocket after seizing them, and then changed his mind, alright? I know you guys are lying. I know you're corrupt, alright?
Not Meg.
And now I'm telling you now, you put your hand, Bobby, you put your hand right up in, you put it right up in there. You see that brown mark on your hand? Yeah, that's where it's from. That's where it's from.
Sir,
pretty
I
sure
had to go to
clean
the
off the
hospital due to your antics with Listerine.
If it was poisonous, wouldn't Big J here be dead as well? And wouldn't I be dead, as I use it each morning, don't you think?
No, you had
Some
one
good stuff.
bag
I like it.
separated, and I got that bag. I thought it was my.
Hey, I only had one bottle, no bags, I only had one bottle. You don't get mouthwash
had a
in
bag.
bags. What do you mean? You don't get mouthwash in
No,
bags,
you
Bobby, they
put
go in
it a
bottles.
bag for some strange reason.
I'm not sure if Big J planted that, but I had a bottle of mouthwash and that was all that's in there. But as I was saying,
I
alright,
drank it all.
you might have done, I'm not sure. It tastes nice to be
Yeah,
honest,
you're
so
I think you
I can't blame you, it
drank
is quite nice, alright.
all of it.
And so as I was saying, Wong almost got arrested. I threw a rock over a sergeant's head to distract him. It hit a wall. He turned, faced the wall. So I picked up one, put it on my shoulders and ran. You know, he's a good man. And now so I've got the mouthwash. It's a secret formula. It's not yet released for public sale. But he gave me one of his sample bottles for helping him out, you know. He's an innocent man. Means no wrong. He sells food for people to eat. Families, children. Your guys' families, your guys' children, you know. Without Wong, you wouldn't eat. I did it for the greater good of Altus and for Stratus. For both lands. And that is why I have one count of evading escape from custody. This is a slight awkward silence right here.
Alright, well, that's pretty sure.
Are you processing right now? Are you checking for evidence?
Yeah.
Or
We're gonna go about your 3 counts of robbery. Enlighten me on what happened in that situation.
Alright. So, I mean, it was half self-defense, half to save some people, alright? I was up to the north of Kavala. If you would care to open your maps for a second and look with me. You will see a small area called Agios Konstantinos or something similar to that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, alright? I was in the church there, just praying to Allah, you know, the Almighty God, Allah. And I saw some rabbits outside, so I proceeded to go and hunt said
Sorry to
rabbits.
interrupt you, but you mean Allah, the God, the only God, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
As I was saying. I saw some rabbits roaming around
What's
the
Allah?
rocks.
I don't know what this.
just
What
to
is
the
this
south.
Allah you said? I've never heard of this.
He-
I only know one true God. His
I'm not
name's
talking to you anymore.
Allah.
So Big J, as I was saying, alright, I refuse to speak to this cadet here and his beliefs that are completely and utterly wrong, as there is no one other than
You know
Allah, alright?
that. Hey, whoa, hold on. I'm a Catholic, so I only believe in God,
Hey,
the only God,
Same
one
here,
God.
man.
At least you accept
Yeah, bro.
that Allah exists,
High
alright?
five.
At least you accept it. But this immature cadet here who can't keep
What?
his hands out of my arse crack,
Hold
alright?
on.
He doesn't even know who
No,
Allah
you told me
is.
to put your hands up. Put my hands up there.
I
man.
said put him in the pocket, not
You
out the
told me
crack.
my
I
breath-
said to
One of
mind
you
the
told my
crack,
breath
alright?
smelled bad.
I said mind the crack.
Well, either I accidentally did or you had a hole in your pocket bag. And I mistaken for listening.
The old hole in the pocket excuse, huh? Jeez.
Why are you filling his bag? I didn't say, hey man, go into
User
it.
in your
Hey,
Bag, I
whoa!
said,
Calm down there.
That's a good point actually, because I only had a butt up and he was grabbing my bags, so that's a good point. Maybe my sperm's poisonous, who knows? Who knows?
anyways, continue with the story, sir.
Alright, so as I was saying, you see the rocks just to the southwest of the church? Southeast, sorry.
Yes, sir.
I was walking out the church and I see some rabbits roaming around there. So I go ahead to hunt them. And in doing so, I see a stranded child just sat on one of the rocks, all by himself, crying. And as I walk towards him, a man emerges over the hill with a katiba. He points a katiba at me, says, "Go near the child, you would die." At that point, my thoughts were the child is kidnapped, he needs saving, needs rescuing to get home. So, I told the man to put his hands in the air, laid behind a rock, and I just sat there screaming at him, shouting, "I've got a marketing, I can beat you any day." I had my rook, obviously, but as you guys obviously as well thought it was a Mark 18, it seems to be a common misconception that my rook looks like a Mark 18. But that's you know, beside the point. So he proceeds to put his hands in the air. So I robbed him, stripped him of all of his stuff, took his phone so he couldn't call his mates for backup, took his radio, took his map so he couldn't go and take more children. He had a list of names of kids he wanted to steal, which included a man named Brez. You might know Brez. He was included in the list of kids that he wanted to go and kidnap. And I stripped him of his gun, his vest, his clothes. I took all of his stuff and gave it to the child, apart from the gun. I disposed of the gun in the water.
User joined your channel.
Everything else I gave to the kid to protection, took him in my car, found out where he lived, and took it back home and put him back safe. The man then somehow managed to get some items back in his possession again and tracked me because of the track on the child, which I couldn't quite find. He'd not sure which device he used, but it was a tracker inserted into his wrist, his right hand wrist. And so he came back. I had to take his stuff for a second time. We took him to the hospital, the Kavala hospital, to get said chip removed. If you want confirmation on that, phone up to the Kavala hospital, ask for Amanda, she's the person at reception there. and you can ask her for a doctor on floor 2. I think he was in room 2A, I think. His name was Fred. He took out a chip for us. It was a small operation, nothing major, you know, it was quite quickly over and dealt with. And from there, I took him back home again, but I hadn't realised that from the first time that he tracked me, he obviously knew the kid's location where his home was. So the man, for a third time, tries. This time with a slightly different weapon. He had a Mark 200, which beats my gun, obviously. So I call him for backup. I give the kid my my PW because I had that spare. But the Rook's obviously a better weapon, as you probably know. The Rook is much better than the PW.
MK. Sir, it's an MK.
No, I had a Rook, alright?
Not a Rook.
I had a Rook.
MK.
It was a Rook! Don't ruin the story, man! Don't ruin the story, alright?
Okay.
You threw me off track,
Alright,
man!
it was an MK, continue.
How could you say that?
Well, I don't want you to confuse, you know.
My
you buy a
point.
Rook and
You'd
next
better
time
take
buy
care of
a
that Rook, alright? That Rook's treated me kindly, alright? That Rook helped me save this same child 3 times in a row, as I'm gonna finish off saying in a second, alright?
Wait.
He even saved a deer later on. But we'll get to that part of the story in a little while, alright? So, he was sitting at the said child's house, waiting for me to arrive back from the hospital, knowing the tracker had been disabled and disposed of. I arrived there. He's sitting with a Mark 200. I give the child a PW to defend himself. We corner him in the house. He puts his hands up for a third time. I take his stuff. I sell the kid's house for him. I took him up to Sofia, and I bought him a house near there because that's the furthest place from Kavala. I knew he'd be safe there and he could live freely. His family are now there. I checked on them early this morning. They're all safe and sound. They've got plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of money. They're surviving now because I managed to save the kid 3 times in a row. Alright.
Wow. That's awesome.
User entered your channel.
As I said, you can phone the hospital, ask for Amanda at reception, floor 2, room 2A. The man,
Hospital, Kavala or Pyrgos?
Kavala Hospital, Amanda at reception,
Okay.
floor 2, room 2A. The doctor's name was Fred, who'd got a chip. And this was 1 week and 4 days ago, to be precise.
Okay.
It was around about 10 AM when we got there, roughly. It was early in the morning. I went for a morning stroll to the church.
Also, Cadet, can you run out and see if the popcorn is ready? Because we're going to come up to the good part of the story, so if you don't mind. We're getting kind of hungry here. You want some popcorn?
Yeah, I want to send out some popcorn. Why not? Damn sound effects, though.
Unfortunately, it was...
Oh, you left
Oh
it
my god, wow, Cadet, you are so
you
useless.
left it in too long.
No,
Alright,
man, you're
hang
a
on,
Cadet.
hang on. Cadet, let me get this right. You put your hand up my arse crack, which then killed you. You touched my ballsack, and you burnt
No.
some popcorn. This is not working out well for
I
you
was
so
doing
far,
a
Bobby.
cavity search, alright? Calm down.
Holy.
And all you found was your death. That was all you found. And some hairy ballsacks, apparently, but, you know.
That's like
Oh my god, Cadet. Alright, you have 8 counts of a grand theft
a
now.
forest down there. Jesus Christ. I can't tell if that's your ghillie suit or what.
And we'll put the 18 counts of attempted auto theft in with that one. You want to tell us about those
Alright.
2 charges?
So, this includes a different family. I said a man he went after, or a child, sorry, was named Brez. He's in the same alliance or group as I am. He's a part of the Free Syrian Army who works under the leadership of our one and only Allah. And I was going to try and save him. Well, his name's Allah, but yeah, he's a god. Yeah, correct.
Well, we call him God.
His name's Allah.
Did Allah have a son named Jesus?
No, Allah had a son named
Isn't it
Fluxer.
Allahu, not Allah?
It's just pronounced Allah.
Okay. Anyways, continue, sir. Sorry for the interruption.
I mean, I would say that Allah who, but that will cause me to explode, and I don't really fancy doing that right now. So, you know, we all have some explosives inside us, which upon those words explode at any point in time. But you know, I'm happy sat here talking to you guys, so I don't fancy doing so. I'd rather just sit here and discuss things. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Where the hell did he just? I think a wizard just came and took him away. Was it the Wizard of Oz? Or?
I think maybe he fell through the floor. Maybe there was a hole.
Damn, he is having some serious issues with holes today. God. First he goes into my hole, then falls through a hole. Jeez.
He's having a bad day.
He's having a
really
whole
bad day.
lot of issues. Haha.
Alright. Tell me about your attempted auto theft and your crime stats.
Alright. So, the kid named Brez, I saw him on the list first, so I went to check and make sure he was okay. And upon doing so, a SEAL team posed as police officers, which like to call themselves untitled, who may I say have just stolen my lands as well. There are quite a bunch of rebellious folk, should I say. They were there, and they were trying to force feed this poor man some bacon. Alright, some bacon and sausages. I mean, that is like the ultimate torture, alright? I mean, how could you even feed someone bacon and sausages? It's just, it's inhumane, alright? So, I saw it upon myself after they stole this man's car as well. They got out of the car to force him again. So I thought rather than them stealing his car, I'll steal it for him to return at a later date. That's where a few of the attempted auto thefts and one grand theft comes from, to steal his own car. I took it to a safe location. It was an industrial shed near the dealer of arms. I'm not sure why a man would sell some spare arms, but you know, if you break an arm, I guess it's just helpful, I guess.
Oh yeah. You need something to fix it, right?
Yeah. I've got an industrial shed just to the northeast of the dealer of the spare arms. And I took his vehicle, I parked it in my shed, locked it up, and slept for the night. Next morning, took it back and returned his vehicle. It was an SUV, a BMW. You might be familiar with that vehicle. It was orange with black stripes. And it had black rims as well.
Sir, you know, I have to admit though, you have one great memory on everything. Such an occasion. You know, it's almost like you have a photographic memory. And it's so unfortunate that you've used some of your crimes in a bad way, but something good that you could have been really good on the police force, I would think.
Oh, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm off duty now, but I am actually a sergeant among the police department, and I'm on duty.
What? Oh. So in the spare time with saving lives, you also kind of kick crimes.
Yeah, you know, I like to go hunting our dude with my rook. That is definitely a rook and not whatever you claim it to be, alright? It is a rook.
An MK 7.62 millimeter bullet firearm.
Racist.
20 rounds of clips. Racist? Oh. I am a good Catholic child, racist whatsoever. I hailed from Canada, came to Stratus to serve my duties here.
You know, you've left me standing here, alright, seriously injured for the past 20 minutes, and you haven't even got a doctor here to heal me up yet. After, I think it was your cadet crashed.
Just for you. You know what? No one said that you were injured. You look perfectly fine.
Are you sure that isn't the same bag that your cadet died from? Are you feeding me some kind of poison right now?
I don't know, man. You gotta say, man.
I smell some AIDS in that blood.
I tried some
of
of your... No, this is a fresh one.
Alright,
I hope you like that.
which blood type is that? Which blood type was that?
AB plus.
Alright, that's fine then. That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, it's the universal blood. Everybody can use it.
Well, I mean, pigs can't, but, you know.
Oh, you feeling alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You need any of those?
No, I had some before I came in here. You know, I've got a pretty good skill. Alright, So the painkillers are in the back right pocket, right? And as you were walking me in here, I don't know if you noticed it, but I pulled it out with my right hand, which, you know, in the handcuffs I can still move a little bit. I flicked it over my head, then my head backwards, off and upwards, and caught the painkiller in my mouth and ate it.
Oh,
Alright?
just like that?
Yep, just that. And caught the painkiller and ate it.
That's a nice little trick.
You know, if someone restrains you and tries to hurt you,
High.
you know, you can just get a painkiller, flick it up, eat it, and you're sorted.
I would never hurt anybody in custody. That's not my whole thing. I'm just trying to get to the root of the whole problem. Trying to find out, personally, you know, my job in the PD is to find out why do people do the things that they do. And then I'm going to go ahead with the officers, and I'm going to present them an idea of why people do this.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, right? I told you I'm a sergeant in, you know, during the day, but as it's night time now, you know, I'm off hunting. Today's my day off, as it is now Christmas, you know. Merry Christmas, by the way. Can I just add that as well?
Oh.
User disconnected
you don't
from your
celebrate
channel.
Christmas at all, because you're Allah.
Oh, you're Christian, so of course I'd say it to you, you know.
I'm
Or Catholic,
Christian.
sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so you celebrate it, you know.
After I get
You know,
off
unlike
the-
your cadet, alright, I'm caring
that's
of your
alright.
natures, alright? I'm caring of your religion, your natures, alright? The cadet may discriminate and be like, oh, there's no Allah, but I'm not like that, alright? I'm friendly to all.
Constable, I actually, I need to talk to you out here for a second. Go ahead and close the door.
Discrimination.
I went to the computers in the back, and I searched his name. I got his ID. I searched his name, and he's affiliated with a large gang around here known for killing people. It was actually a part of the that fiasco like 45 minutes ago, according to our inside source with the gang. And that was confirmed by our local gang expert here in the APD.
Alright, well that's going to be on the next topic here, is that he's apparently charged with 19 manslaughter. So we're going to see what we have that. We got video evidence and everything, so let's go see. Alright, sir. After talking to the cadet here, he went to go over and he ran your name. And the gang experts have told us that you're in a serious...
Yeah, I did tell you actually that I'm also with the child that I saved called Brez, a part of the Free Syrian Army. I wouldn't say we're a rebel group, we're only here to free our friends, you know. The same as, say, for example, Big J, let's say that Bobby here was taken away from you, alright? You'd want to work to get him back, wouldn't you, as your partner? You want to get him back, right?
Oh yes, sir.
And that's what we're doing. That's our mission. That's what we're here for, alright? You know, during the day I work in the police force. I help citizens out.
Part of your charges. I can understand that you could do things, but I really need to know why. That you'd have to take 19 people's lives.
You know, I don't like that I have. Alright? I don't like to think about it, but if you want me to explain, I can. It will just bring up some bad memories, and you know, it'll put me under some stress, and I might want a few tissues if you guys could. You know, it's quite a traumatic memory to bring up. All right, thanks, man. Thanks.
Can I get 3 rolls of toilet paper? I know we don't keep tissues.
Make it 4. Make it 4.
Oh, 4. Sorry, 4. All right, gotcha. Unfortunately, you know, this is not our head office, so we don't have tissues at the desk, but I do have toilet paper. I got 4 rolls.
Yeah, that'll do.
I'll give you 2, because it looks like this is a bad day. You're probably going to need 2. Bobby, here's one.
Yeah, no, I don't like to think of the people that I've killed, but, you know, sometimes that time comes where you just have to do it, man. So, you know,
Right, sure.
do you want me to start? Oh.
I would love to hear your story on this one.
Can you put me at the back of the room so I've got more room to look at it, because I'm kind of looking straight at a wall right now, you know. There we go, it's much better. I don't feel quite as claustrophobic now. You guys will take a seat and eat that popcorn. It smells quite nice, might I add. Whoa, Big J, you're going for the wall there, man. Are you alright, Jeff? Are you in some pain, or are you alright?
I got a bit of a backache. Bobby's not a great driver and everything like that. So I'm just kind of like leaning up against the wall here.
Alright, that makes sense. So
I just want to lean up against the wall, kind of, push my back on it.
yeah, that's understandable. Could be a well here, so it's understandable. Alright, so as I told you, I'm a sergeant among the Asylum Police Department, and I began my time in the lands of Stratus. Have you guys been to Stratus before?
You know what? I did take a plane over there for the first little bit, as I, got promoted to constable, and I didn't like it so much. I felt there was too much violence.
There's an evil wizard apparently there, and he seems to, whenever you restrain someone, they quite often seem to vanish. And apparently it's an evil wizard that goes among those lands, I'm not quite sure. It happens a lot more there than in Altus, yeah. But, I mean, I started in Stratus as a cop. My first day off, went to the hunting grounds near to the meth lab where druggies and addicts cook their methamphetamine. I was looking to kill some simple deer, rabbits, take them home to eat for the night, my food for the evening. And upon that, I encountered some police coming towards meth lab, tried to hold me up because I had a weapon. So I was hunting, so they were fine, they let me go. But then obviously, the people at meth lab, they heard the sirens. They came across to kill the cops. Caught in the middle of a firefight between the cops and said civilians. So my only way of defence was to shoot at the civilians. I know the cops are working for the greater good, so I didn't shoot at them. I was shooting at some meth druggies. They were high as fuck, so they weren't really that good of a shot. It was quite easy to take them down. And from that, I killed 2 people. I have to be honest, I didn't like it. But when you're stuck in your right ear, all you hear is MX fire going off non-stop, like going pinging past you, it's quite traumatic. Then to the left you hear Mark 18 shots pinging past your head like again. It's a lot of bullets, and the adrenaline rush just got to me. And my instincts as a cop is to shoot when I'm being shot at. And so I did so. And then soon realised that I wasn't a cop. They weren't rubber bullets. They were lethals. I tried to do the right thing, man. I tried to do the right thing.
You killed 19 people that day?
No, I killed 2 there. There was 2 drug addicts. They were sharing a helmet with a box on top of it. It was full of meth. The officers seized it afterwards, thankfully. But there's 2 men. I wasn't using rubbers. I had my rook. My trusty rook.
MK18.
It's a fucking rook.
That's an MK18. I'm down. I don't know what you guys call rooks in what country you're from? When you came over here, what country do you hail from?
Actually, you might not believe it, but I'm originally from Asia, to be honest with you.
Asia. Oh, I don't know in Asia they call MK18 rooks, but here in the land of Altus,
I'm sure you can see
MK18
that my
MK18.
eyes aren't quite fully adapt. They're not quite the same height as yours, so seeing things isn't quite as easy. You guys get off easy, but for me, my vision's not quite as good. Hence, why I need these glasses, which I forgot to put on. Actually, there we go. That's better.
Oh, that's awesome. So we got 2 of the 19 down. Do you want to tell me some more about on your rap sheet that the cameras may cut you on?
All right. So
on your rap sheet?
after the event at the hunting grounds, I felt quite stressed out and traumatic, and I didn't. I knew that I wasn't in the wrong, but the adrenaline rush inside me, the thought of killing 2 people, the thought of cops next to me, I didn't want to go to jail. My first thought was to just run. So I ran back to my house, which was located in the marina, the Agia Marina, as it's known. I kept in my house there for a few days, kept a bunker with the food that I managed to scavenge whilst I was in the hunting grounds. And when I finally came out in the marina, straight away I hear bullets being fired around me. It wasn't officers, there was no officers on duty at the time. As you know, in the mornings in Stratus there tend to be no officers, it's just normal civilians. They were holding up people that had just got off the airport, just got off the planes. They were holding them up, stealing their money, stealing their suitcases, taking all their stuff. You know, I wanted to call the police, but there was no police there. Only police were in Altis. I called them and said, yeah, but they're in 4 hours. I'm like, 4 hours? Just think, how many people are going to die? There was 10 planes due to land the next 4 hours. Alright, just think how many people that is. They were all full.
Yeah. Why?
You know, I couldn't let them all die, man. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't a vigilante. I couldn't buy a gun. Didn't have the money to become a vigilante to get the PO7. All I had was my trusty rook. And don't even mention that M word.
18.
Racist. Trying to get some precious artifacts from the wreck. He sold the gold they'd found. Apparently he even found some cocaine down there as well. I'm not sure how he found it down there, but you know, the people that were in the ship that crashed might have been addicts as well. Who knows? Who knows? So I waited for him to get on shore. I said to him, why are you killing people? These are innocent people. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, uncles, aunties, you know, the whole shebang. Landing and come and visit people in Stratus, coming back home from work across in Altis. And you're just sitting here, robbing them, taking their only belongings. That's all they've got. His reply was, hands up or die. Alright. I was trying to find out why, trying to change his ways, and all he could think about was taking my stuff. And as you know, if someone's sitting there for Katiba, pointing at you, and all you have is a rook, you're going to try and fight for your life.
MK18.
And it was either a... Shh. Trying to speak here. Alright. So all I had was my rook, and he had his Katiba. So, to save the lives of the next 10 planes landing, I used my non-MK18 rook in a way that, in some ways, I wish I hadn't. I simply laid down, did some James Bond mad shit, fucking like combat rolls, like watcha, rolling across the grass, rolling through like fucking Santa on his sleigh, right? Rolled through the grass, got behind a bin. I waited for him to be distracted by someone else, and as he turned, did another James Bond fucking ninja ass combat roll, Santa on his sleigh, across the floor, and shot him 2 bullets in both eyes. You know, I appreciate I took a man's life, but it was to save 10 planes full of people. Alright. So overall, that's 3 manslaughters that I've now explained to you, alright? And I'm starting to feel a little bit teary right now. Just give me a second, alright, to recover myself. Alright, man.
Let me get that for you.
Alright, cheers,
I'm
man.
gonna do a quick push-up right there.
I need a second to recover, alright? Get my feelings back, get my head straight, quickly. Thanks, man. Thanks. Alright. Alright. So, the following manslaughters that came afterwards. After I killed that man, I sat next to his body. I made sure every single person who came in through the ferries, who was at the wrecks, and who came in through the plane at the DMV was safely landed, got their baggage and safely left towards their homes. You know, I even gave some people some money because the man dropped some. I didn't want to keep it. I felt that it was wrong, as I killed the man to gain the money. I gave it to them to pay for taxis, to pay for food, to pay for drink, pay for accommodation, to rent out a place for the night. You know, I even gave up my bed for someone because he had nowhere to stay. The person that he was coming to visit got killed in the flight just before I killed the man. He tried to fight back, tried to keep his stuff, went to break his neck. He got shot in the face by the man with the Katiba. So he had nowhere to stay. So I gave my bed up. I slept on the floor, on the freezing cold rocks. Injured my back, but it was worth it to make sure he slept alright. And so, After the cops arrived, they took the man. Thankfully, he got revived later on that day. He came back in a stable condition. He went in jail for a long time. And one of his associates, which was also in the gang known as the Military of Dark Horses, or Dark Horse Military, whichever one you know them as, he came to find me, you know. I got his associate put in jail, so I had a bounty on my head. So they came looking for me. I tried hiding, but as you know, Stratus is a small island. It's hard to hide on there. They soon caught me back in my house, and you know, it wasn't a pretty sight. Some cops came to try and save me. I told them that I was being chased. They put me under witness protection. There was a few guards surrounding my house. Every single officer that was trying to help me died. And I just couldn't bear the feeling. So I had to take it upon myself to avenge those officers' deaths for their family, for their children, for their wives, for their husbands, for their parents even, for everyone they know. I had to kill the people that killed them and get some revenge because they were the only officers on the island. And as beforehand, it was take the officers about as 3 hours to get the plane across the Stratus. So there was no other option. It was either I lose my life with the officers or I avenge their deaths for a good cause. So I went under my bed. I got out the rook. I just laid on my bed next to the man that had slept there. I was trying to comfort him, make sure that he felt he was secure. He knew that he was safe. I was there with my rook, which is not a Mark 18. And I told him, you know, it's going to be fine, alright? I'm a good shot with this rook that's not a Mark 18. I know what I'm doing with this rook that's not a Mark 18. I can kill plenty of guys with this rook that's still not a Mark 18. And so we just waited. We were laying under the bed, waiting. We heard them. They stole the ramming tools from the police officers that were outside. They broke the door down. We were just waiting. They came to the second door, to the bedroom. We hear banging on the door. So I walk up towards the door. I see a slight gap that they just created, a small crack. So I poke my barrel against that hole. And I went fucking trigger happy, alright? I was like, pew, 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 fucking clicking that trigger so fast, alright? Like, I was even going faster than Bobby was when he was fapping last night, alright? That's how fast I was going, dude. It was insane, alright? I mean, I put at least 10 bullets into one of their guys' chests. And obviously, the rook only has a 30 round mag. I had to reload. I waited for the second round of the Military of the Dark Horses to turn up. They came, bang on the second door, it falls down, and the man, the man who was next to me, he took a bullet to the chest. He had no vest on. He didn't survive.
No way.
At that point, I knew that I had to avenge that man as well as the cops. I got up. I just charged at the door. I got out my machete. I was chopping their heads off. I was shooting all of them. I was in a mental state of mind. Alright, I couldn't handle it. I mean, you've got to accept, right, after 3 or 4 cops protect him as a witness, all die. After an innocent man that had came to see his friend had also died. And the friend that he came to see was killed by the same gang. Something had to be done. Alright. I don't like that I killed them. If I was on duty and I was, you know, I had my MXM, you know, I would have happily taken action against them. Maybe you got my drone out to scout them, but obviously I can't get a hunter out because it's fucking stress. But I wasn't on duty. So all I had was my non-Mark 18 rook. Eventually, I killed all but one of them. The last guy, he shot me once in the leg. So I used the old tactic of playing dead. I laid there for 4 or 5 hours until the medics finally arrived because they're fucking useless on stress. He finally came, took me to the hospital, and got me back into stable condition.
User entered your
The
channel.
one man left. In the time that I was in hospital, in the months that I was laying in bed in pure agony from saving,
User left your channel.
or attempting to save this man's life. You know, I was in shock. I'd lost so many friends in the police department. I'd lost a friend that I'd made that night trying to defend him. I lost everyone, man. I lost everyone. I couldn't take it anymore. So, while still injured, I ran out of the hospital when they weren't looking. I grabbed my rook. I went to avenge, again, all of these people that had died and fell down.
MK18.
Shut the fuck up. So, I continued towards the outpost of rebels, where they like to hide. And when I got there, in the time that I'd been in there, he had recruited a massive army to follow him again. There was at least 15 men standing in my wake. So I just simply turned around
User
and went
joined your
home,
channel.
knowing that if I even tried, I would lose my life, and there'd be no one to remember all those fallen people,
User
no one to think
disconnected
about how they tried to
from
serve to protect the people. No one would even know about that if I had risked my life and lost my life that day. I had to do it for their memories. I just left. I was a coward, I admit. I was a coward. Alright. I may have betrayed some people. I apologise to them for not avenging them. But I had to do it for the memories of those fallen officers and that fallen one man on my bed for the entire night. I tried to save him and give him a home, and because of me he died. I'm the reason he's dead right now. In total,
Sorry.
the people that I killed that day was 16, which totals up to the 19 manslaughters that I have against my name right now.
Alright, Luxar, I'm sincere. I'm so sorry for everything. This is a hard part to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and step out with my cadet. We're gonna talk about what's gonna happen with you. We'll be back
Alright.
momentarily. Please.
Alright.
No, wipe your eyes with that.
Can I have a bit more tissue? Hang on. Can you dry out my eyes? Can you dry out my eyes, please?
Yeah, I got you.
Got a little bit more. Oh, it's dripping. Oh, you got it. Oh, thank you.
We'll be back momentarily.
Alright then.
You know what, he's been through a hard time and everything, but yeah, here's the thing that I find wrong. I feel that if he wouldn't be with that FSA group, I feel like he might not have been in this situation. He did tell us once that he did go away for, you know, having a $7 million bounty, so his accent kind of been reoccurring because of the group that he's in. Alright, so you're gonna go in here, you're gonna issue a ticket. Fortunately, we're gonna have to do that to him. If he doesn't pay the ticket, you want to send him to jail. If he pays the ticket, he's free to go, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, sir.
Alright,
Talk
sir,
this
me and my
over.
constable have talked. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to issue a ticket.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thanks for that. Thanks. I didn't know a ticket would be so small.
Sir, you're free to go. I'm gonna head to party.
Thanks, man.
Sound resumed.
Damn, I got a letter for a fucking one. Thanks, guys.
You got a what?
Keep doing your job. My RP story was so good, they go, right, I gave you a ticket for $1 and let you go. Stay safe, you guys. Alright. If you can, try and come to Stratus, alright? Morph guys are at Stratus. We need more officers there. Who texted me saying 10 out of 10 RP, that was fucking amazing.
On all this, I feel like